This is right out of the comments um, due to current events and stuff like that. I think the title is self explanatory. I've never heard this song before. I will explain it this way. I have all kinds of personal opinions. Yep. When it comes down to the moment, I side with life. I side with good people not following bad orders. Uh, Everybody who follows an immoral order is the cause of almost everything that goes wrong. The people that give immoral orders um, expect followers. So there's the complication in the issue. So I don't take sides. Um, I don't know enough to take any sides. Um, I only have a personal position. Uh, Ignorance is not bliss. I will not speak on ignorance. I will not speak on an uninformed knowledge base. I just can't do it. Um, I hope pray for the lost. That's the best I can do. I want love, care, goodwill, and doing no harm. That's what Angie and I both have discovered in the last 4 months of doing this. That those things break down every boundary we've ever had put in front of us. Um, Goodwill, love, and doing no harm, and a translator has let us connect with the world. So, I pray for the, I pray for those in danger. I hold a place in my heart for those who got lost or have been taken. And I think life has more value than the games being played by the people who wish to rule everything.
The Eastern world, it is exploding, violence flaring, bullets loading. You're old enough to kill, but not for voting. You don't believe in war, but what's that gun you're toting? And even the Jordan River has bodies floating, but you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. Don't you understand what I'm trying to say? Can't you feel the fears I'm feeling today? If the button is pushed, there's no running away. There'll be no one to save with the world in a grave. Take a look around you, boy. It's bound to scare you.
Oh, sorry, but this looked like it was 65 when it came out. So as they say, I was born in 69. That means what? My entire life had to live under the fear of a button? You want to talk about Bernays-esque programming? The button, and that's not a shot on this, okay? I understand how songs incorporate uh, language, popular culture, and tropes into their song. I'm not hating. I'm just saying. My whole life. If someone's got a button, you should live in fear. You be afraid. I'll tell you this. Whatever chips come, whatever happens, whatever this. I never once understood this. It's the end. Get under your desk and kiss your ass goodbye. I don't know. Stand up and watch it with your head held high, I guess. I don't know what to tell people, but there's a button you should be afraid of constantly. That button is always meant to control you and me and them. That's always been Bernays. Always been Bernays.
You feel the fears I'm feeling today.
The fears he's feeling today.
Don't you understand what I'm trying to say? Can't you feel the fears I'm feeling today? If the button is pushed, there's no running away. There'll be no one to save with the world in a grave. Take a look around you, boy. It's bound to scare you, boy. And you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. My blood's so mad, feels like coagulating. I'm sitting here just contemplating. I can't twist the truth, it knows no regulation. Handful of senators don't pass legislation, and marches alone can't bring integration. When human respect is disintegrating, this whole crazy world is just too frustrating. And you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. Think of all the hate there is in Red China, then take a look around to Selma, Alabama. You may leave here for 4 days in space, but when you return, it's the same old place. The pounding of the drums.
Well, that's all. This is an awesome selection because that line right there. I mean, things can be tough, and then it depends on what our perceptions are. Um, every working class level. I can't tell you about anything above this, right? I can't tell you anything above going and making little plastic parts. But my whole life, that job has been available. My whole life, it's been available to anybody who wanted to take it. And right now, there's like 8 spots open that no one's coming to get. So, obviously, here in this day and age, that's changed quite a bit. Now, the other line he said, outside of the way he said it, it looks like there was a rebranding of a country. Because in 65, it appears they knew the ramifications of a cultural revolution. Now, I understand the parallels he's trying to make. He's trying to let you know that your Deep South in 65 looked a lot like communist China. It probably did. I didn't live down there. I lived up in Minnesota. It was Swedes, right? I don't. Not all. You would have to go watch every reaction to find the story of growing up by 3M with all the progressive 3M techs and people that I grew up with to understand my background. I didn't grow up. I grew up in what I guess would be, 68, 69, 70 would have been your progressive, not utopia, but it was pretty nice. I mean, you could bike to work without having to cross a dangerous road. The kids walked to school. I can close my eyes and tell you there was at least, myself, my brother, not me, but my brother, my friend, 2 other friends, a girl we knew. So, I mean, it was a mixed race community. It wasn't all white people. I mean, a majority. I lived in Minnesota. 70s, yeah, majority. But it was weird. There was none of the issues like this song would, I can't resonate with that. But the other subject, boy, sounds dead on.
Destruction. Think of all the hate there is in Red China.
I'm just saying. What? Detention camps what? Slave-made products where? No one questions it why? sports endorsed by, paid from, in debt to. Wow, looks like a complete rebranding since 65 there. So, seems like we have a fox in the hen house over in this country, because our path took us to um, hating everyone who worked hard and loving everyone who, you know, wants to burn it down. Weird, weird, weird. I wonder how we're on the eve of destruction. If the beacon of freedom, which, and like I said, my whole life, that just nothing but shine true. Everyone had the same opportunity. I can't speak about the rich. I despise them. I can only speak about the working class because that's who I am. But everyone had the same opportunity my whole life. So that doesn't resonate at all. Bad guys have always been the bad guys my whole life. That still resonates. Very interesting, very interesting. Pulling a lot out of me, that's for sure.
Then take a look around to Selma, Alabama. You may leave here for 4 days in space, but when you return, it's the same old place. The pounding of the drums, the pride and disgrace. You can bury your dead, but don't leave a trace. Hate your next door neighbor, but don't forget to say grace and tell me over and over and over and over again, my friend, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. No, no, you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction.
So this did come out in 65. This means this was this song's existed my entire life. So then that means my entire life, I would agree, has been on the eve of destruction, or the 2 minutes to midnight, the doomsday clock, the Doctor Strangelove mentality, the hide under your chair and kiss your ass goodbye thinking. All that being true, you could brush it off like the dicks in a Harry Mack video and live a whole life. So maybe I grew up in a place of opportunity. I've traveled the U.S. enough to know that is true. But you have to understand, that's where I draw my life experience from. So it's the only thing I can speak on. Now, if you're looking for another person's perspective or understanding, you'd have to go listen to them. I totally, I totally still side with humanity. I side with love and care and do no harm. I also believe there's a disease infecting the planet, a utopia that can never be had, and it's hidden behind, I believe, cultural Marxism. And then just explain to me how their leaders and their elites are any different than any other global elites. I'm not talking about the people. People obviously don't want to free themselves. There's way too many of us. I guess we're happy being controlled. From current polls, I mean, for the amount of people that agree with totalitarianism coming to Canada, obviously some people are good with daddy government making all their decisions for them. What a oof, that got the juices flowing. We're winning today or losing, because this could offend people. I side with life. I side with not following immoral orders. Now, you're going to have to unpack that any way you know how to unpack that. If it's wrong, don't do it. If a person's giving you immoral orders, maybe y'all should turn on the person giving you the immoral order instead of blind loyalty to daddy government. All right. This was awesome. Jeez, I didn't think it would make me like this. This gets the medal. I'm gonna do a little POD, some Slayer. We got a bunch of stuff coming, but we got a double shot. Avenged Sevenfold for a bus rider. Let's go get some. Try to spread love. Try not to kill people. Try not to hurt people. Try not to wish for warmongering ways. Don't support the people who want to control the whole planet. That's the biggest problem right now. The people who want to control the whole planet are probably our issue. We should probably talk about them more. Have a great day.